Hey guys, Kevin and Alex here on behalf of Simple Tech Reviewers. Today we'll be installing a short ram intake into this 1999 Honda Prelude SH. In the kit we got, you have the intake tubing itself. As you can see, we're replacing the old one, which doesn't quite reach the intake side on the side right there. I don't know if you guys can see. Turn over there. Yeah, it does. The new one's going to go all the way down here, an additional 6 inches, and we're doing this to replace the filter anyway, so that's a good preventative maintenance. So it comes with this stainless steel tubing, comes with a new 3-inch pod filter, comes with matching coupler and vacuum lines, as well as your hose clamps and mounting brackets for mounting it to the chassis. Alright, without further ado, let's get taking out the intake. So you want to use a 10mm with an extension to take it out, and now remove the hose clamps. There's 2 of them. There's one that connects to the throttle body, and there's one that connects to intake tubing, and there's another one that connects to the filter. After that, you want to take a flathead if that doesn't work, you take the flathead and loosen up the remaining screws. Notice how close this old filter is to the engine. We were getting heat soak. So remove the old filter and old piping. And before you remove the piping, there is a vacuum line that connects to the valve cover up here. You want to take your flathead and remove that piece as well. And undo this one. Okay. Got that out of the way. So here's our old intake piping. As you can see, it's really old
and nasty.
So we're going to take our new coupling. You want to make sure your bigger side is going into the throttle body, and this side connects to the tubing itself. And you want to test fit it first. That goes in. Use the provided hose clamps. You don't want to tighten it all the way just yet. Alright, put one there and one there. Now we're going to get our aluminum tubing. And make sure your vacuum line is facing up top right there. And gently place that in. It might take a little bit of wiggling, but eventually it will go in. There we go. And then make sure you have enough clearance. Next step would be to install a filter. Got a new filter here with our coupling and hose clamp. And you want to just install that here. And the final step would be to connect your vacuum lines. So we got a blue vacuum line right there. This is bigger than Actually, this is the correct one. It's just a little longer than intended. We can throw away the old crappy one. And connect that right there. And this goes to the stock part right here. But we are going to cut this, so, and that's pretty much it. You pretty much tighten all your connections, and the install is pretty much complete. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Kevin and Alex on behalf of Simple Tech Reviewers. Okay, on to part 2 of the installation. We're now installing the intake. You want to take your blue coupling. The smaller side goes to the throttle body, and the bigger side goes to the intake piping. You just insert that over the throttle body, make sure it's snug, and then take your C-clamp or a hose clamp and tighten that snug, not too tight, around the intake, the throttle body. And in the meantime, you can, we already did this prior to this, we test fitted the tubing, but in the meantime you can check for fitment issues such as this engine mount here, but this intake tubing will clear. And you just, like I said again, don't tighten it too tight, just enough so you can make adjustments later on. Alright, now that that's tight, grab your intake tubing, and we already have the vacuum line cut to fit to our valve cover. So you want to grab the intake tubing and carefully slide it in. Make sure you have the other clamp. Make sure you adjust the other clamp. You just adjust it like this. You could use a 10mm or a flathead. And that's how you adjust it. Pretty much just tightens or loosens. And you want to make sure you have this on before you install the piping, or else you gotta take it off again. And then carefully fit intake hose into there. And then you want to install the vacuum line into the factory metal bracket here that connects to the valve cover. So now that we have that, and it's not necessary to install a clamp here, you can if you want to, but this hose is tightened up to hold it in place without a clamp. And the next thing you do is you tighten up the other clamp, again snugly, not too tight. You want to be able to make adjustments afterwards. It's not too tight, so that's tightened. And the last thing to do is to fit our filter onto the end here. If you want, you can remove this part. This is just protective wrapping. And install that onto the end of the intake piping. And tighten the hose clamp. And that's pretty much it. We'll show you a quick walk around of what the intake looks like. As you can see, versus the old one, this one gets air directly from the bumper, which channels it up here. The battery acts as almost a heat shield to block all the heat soak from the engine. But we are going to be putting a heat shield over this eventually. And yeah, overall fitment is fantastic. Thanks for watching, guys. Kevin on behalf of Simple Tech Reviewers signing out. Thanks for watching.